Hi everyone, it's Irit with process video number 5, and today I'm playing with the Fresh Cut collection by BasicGrey. To be exact, the 6x6 pad. That is the only thing I have from that collection, and I really like the patterns and the colors of this collection, so I wanted to make a layout with it. And the only 12 by 12 papers I'm using here are the two that I use for the background, and besides that all the other papers on the layout are from the 6x6 pad. I got the idea for the layout from a two-piece video by Jill Sprout, and she made this really cool page with pie charts. So I decided also to make something kind of similar, just by using the circle elements, and I cut with my Cuttlebug circles in different sizes, and I wanted to keep it so the biggest circle would be a very simple pattern, and then it gets busier and busier as the circles get smaller. And yes, I discovered the video effects on my video editing program, so yay for me. Very sophisticated indeed. Anyway, I chose this photo. I'll tell you a little bit about it later, but it was a 4x6 photo, and I cut it down a little bit so I can use the 6x6 papers as mat, as a photo mat. And I chose two patterns to be a photo mat because the circles had so many layers, and I wanted also the photo to have a couple of layers. I was fussing around with the arrangement of the circles on the page a little bit, but eventually I made a decision. The background paper I chose is from the Peer collection by Crate Paper. It's a lovely summer collection, and I know it's a crime to use the boring side of this paper, but I had two of them, and the other one I cut up and used all the little pieces because it is really pretty. So I used it on quite a few layouts. And like I tend to do, I cut the light piece of background paper a little bit smaller and matted it on an older Crate Paper pattern. It's like a dark jeans pattern, and the blue is a really good fit for the blue in the Fresh Cut collection, and I just like this look of a frame. It really makes the page look better, at least to me. So now I'm trying to figure out the where to put the circles, and then I traced them with pencil because I wanted to do some stamping, and I wanted to be sure that I stamped in the right place. The stamps that I am using are Rolo stamps from Glitz Designs, and they are so much fun. I use them all the time. They're just great. And I went through my different inks that I had and chose one that coordinated with the papers. And the dark blue I chose is the Jenny Bolin. The shade is called Spice Tin, and it's a nice navy. Then for the teal, I went with the Simon Says Stamp Audrey Blue. It's one of the new shades, and it's just a beautiful turquoise or teal color. And I also used a bit of the Surf Blue, which is a very light muted blue, also very pretty shade. The pink one is Hero Arts Shadow Ink. The shade is Bubblegum, and it's a really great pink. And for the peach, I went with Hero Arts Shadow Ink. The shade is Fresh Peach. Then I decided to do a little more stamping on the bottom left corner of the page where the photo was going to be, just to make it a bit more balanced between the two sides of the page. And I went with a Studio Calico stamp set. This is one of these small sets that come with the kits or the add-ons. I was a subscriber for over a year, so I have a lot of these tiny stamps. And I stamped again in the same order of colors, so the dark blue, teal, pink, and then the peach. really just to mirror all the big elements on the other side of the page. I really like the Hero Arts shadow inks. They stamp beautifully and they seem blotchy at first, but then when they dry it becomes very even. And the Simon Says Stamp inks do exactly the same. I don't know if they are where they are manufactured, but they have the same qualities like the shadow inks by Hero Arts. So it's really fun, and the new shades from Simon Says Stamps are also very pretty. There's a couple of new pinks and then some pretty blues. I'm very happy with the ones I bought. In 2014 I'm doing something a little bit different, for me at least, on my blog, and every month I'm focusing on a product that I have a lot of. So in January I was playing with mists, and in February with distressed products, and my choice of product for March is 6x6 paper pads. So during the month I upload layouts and step-by-step posts with photos and tips and techniques that I did, and it's really fun for me because I feel like I'm using the stuff that I have more. And I also noticed then after the month is finished I still keep using the mists and the distress stuff more than I did before, so it's a win-win situation for me. I cut the top floral pattern papers down a bit because the circles I had at the beginning were a bit too big. The patterns are so busy and it was just too much, and I wanted the papers in the bigger circles to show more. And of course, like I like to do when I use a lot of pattern and a lot of color, I went with wood veneers as my embellishments, and the little frame is from Prima, and everything else is from Freckled Fawn. I got it as a small gift from a friend, and these are really cute. They have like these ferns and mushrooms and a fox, so I thought they fit the photo. I thought about adding that epoxy sticker from Dear Lizzie, but it just didn't work. And then I wanted to use the flare buttons, and I ended up using only the pink one that says Loved. This is from the Lucky Charm Dear Lizzie collection. And the photo is, I think, from about 2 years ago, and it's of my daughter watering the plants in our garden at the time. But the best thing about the photo for me is her hairstyle. My husband, I don't know what he was thinking, but he made these like ponytails and it just looked really, really, really cute. He's, in general, I would say, in charge of all her grooming since she was a tiny baby. He was always like, you know, taking care that her skin doesn't get dry and that her hair looks nice, and yeah, and this is just another example of him deciding to be creative. So I wanted to name the photo The Stylish Gardener. At the beginning I was searching for some letter stickers, but I don't have so many, and I just didn't find the right colors. So I decided to go with sassafras stamps, and I speeded this part like really, really fast because it's kind of boring, and I'm just stamping the letters with the same colored inks that I use for the stamping before, and just to create, you know, a fun, colorful look. I really like working with 6x6 paper pads because it's just, you know, it's not dealing with this big box of scraps. I have a lot of scraps, and you get so much variety in one pad, so you only need that or at least I only need that and a 12 by 12 paper to create something that I really like. I added a couple more little stamped images around the title with a dark blue ink, the Jenny Bolin Spice Tin, just to bring that dark blue also to that area of the page. And then I added some splatters with the Lindy Stamp Gang Frozen Jack Frost spray, which is a shimmery white, but I have to say at the end it didn't look so shimmery, which is nice. It's very opaque. So I use a lot the Studio Calico white, and this is just as good, so I'm happy about that, because the white, I use a lot of white, and I'll probably run out of the Studio Calico one very soon. And then I grabbed my white gel pen and I just went all over the place with it, around the letters, around the circles, around the photo, around the page. Yeah, I don't know why I like it. I guess that's a good reason. And that's it for this page. Here are some still shots. You can see every cluster area of the circles there. I added a few of these vellum stickers by Amy Tan at the end after I finished the video, and you can also see how great the ink matches this collection. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!